There has been so much going on this week, and I find that I'm changing my opinion about things. Watching, this will be about gold and silver in a minute, but watching the state of the country progress through the current situation and paying a close eye to Italy and New York, it's hard to come to any other conclusion that Americans will soon be having this problem. And as you know, they're already anticipating unemployment to be quite high, and the benefits that are being offered, frankly, are not that good. They're just not that good. I don't know what good $1,000 is going to do the average person, at least that I know, that spends twice that on rent. And unemployment is pretty low. I guess if you're sick, those benefits are substantial. Those are disability benefits. But if you are just experiencing child care problems or you were laid off, welcome to unemployment insurance. It sucks. So hopefully those that are affected, and I know there are a lot of us, I really hope you have that emergency fund. If you're not one of those, but you haven't established an emergency fund yet, start saving everything you can. You're going to need cash, at least for a couple of months. I don't think that this is going to be a plunge down and an instant recovery. Q2 down, Q3 back to normal. I think it will take several quarters to recover after we get through the issue. And it may be a lingering drag on the economy for years, for all we know. In terms of the stock market, I see we got a nice bump, and I wouldn't even be surprised to see it hit 25,000. I mean, it could definitely retrace that far. There are enough of dip buyers out there with some dry powder that they might push it that far. But I also have no doubt that if it does, it'll turn right back down and go back down. There are several and crack through the previous lows, and I'm still anticipating 15 or 16,000. And I plan to do a little buying at that level. Because I think that would be a good intermediate term buy, but I wouldn't put all the money in. I would just put a fraction. So I would probably divide my money up into quadrants or more, and start buying around that $15,000, $16,000 level, with a goal to go all in by the time we hit 10,000. And who knows if that would ever happen? But whatever I did buy on the cheap, I think would be well worth it in the long term. I sold my SLV trade that I was doing, and there was a nice profit on that. If you bought down around $12, you recently got out over 14. So cool. The gold and silver market, I'm still long on both, but I'm starting to change my opinion about whether or not silver and gold will go lower. Seems to me we cracked down into the 1400s and bounced off it. And I'm going to show you some charts, maybe in a second video, of what is happening to gold and silver for that matter, but mostly gold in other countries. With India going on full lockdown and with so much crisis in the world, the foreign currencies are just plummeting compared to the dollar, and it is shooting the price of gold and other currencies way up. Anyway, I will do, I think, another video on that, but I'm starting to think that this may be the beginning of the bigger move, the beginning of the inflationary move. And here is I know everybody is saying it, from David Morgan to Greatest Truth Never Told, and people on Kitco and lots of conspiracy theorists. And it's really easy to get caught up in that hyperbole, but I'm really starting to change my opinion and beginning to believe that this is the time to accumulate. If you haven't done so, we may be making a final stop. The bus may be making a final stop here. By the way, why didn't they shut down rapid transit in New York City much earlier in this? Oh my God, what a failure to comprehend the future. Oh man, all those poor people that probably got it on rapid transit. If you're riding rapid transit, bus, trolley, train, subway, please stop immediately wherever you are. But I digress. I'm starting to change my opinion that, right now there is a shortage of silver and probably gold as well. And premiums are high because of the shortage and the disconnect to the paper markets, which is looking to me starting to feel like it's criminal, like something more criminal is going on with the recent decoupling or the struggle between physical and paper. But in regard to the markets, yes, there is a shortage of silver right now, and all the one-dimensional channels will say, and there is proof that it's going much higher. And of course, that's nonsense. You can't use a one-dimensional argument. You have to really put it in context with timing. And what I would say is this, because the contrarians to that point of view, as I most recently have been myself, would say, but there is an absolute glut of industrial silver, 1,000-ounce bars or poles or whatever all the industrial silver comes in. And when that gets diverted to coin production, and right now there's quite a big halt on mining and production. But when that opened back up and when that gets converted to coin production, the prices will come down to meet spot and potentially would go even lower, right? And that's a good contrarian argument. But the only thing that both arguments are missing is time, all right? So you have to put it in the context of time. And the question about, of the people that say it's going to go into the stratosphere, sell your car and buy silver, they have to address time, because they have been wrong many times before, as I have been wrong, predicting it many times before. So why are they right now as opposed to not right, were they not right a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago? And I guess 7 years ago or so they were right. But the time, and the people that say industrial will be converted to coin demand, there's plenty of silver, they have to address time as well. So here's my perspective. My perspective is that right now, both are correct. Both sides of the argument are correct. For the short term, there is industrial metal that can and will be diverted, probably at a pretty slow pace, given the breakdown of logistics all over America, and probably internationally as well. It will, but probably not quickly. And the crisis, the black swan that we're experiencing right now, will pass. But, the demand has sucked up all available coinage. And when we go back into job creation again, and I don't know if that's 2 months or 4 months or 6 months, but I don't think it'll be years. When we go back into job production again, everything, all the factories are going to be working at full speed. And you know what's going to happen? All that industrial demand, supply is going to get sucked up. It's going to get sucked up, and I think at that point, the prices that people are charging right now for their silver will seem like a bargain, because I think we are all those of us that hung on, and a lot of people did not hang on, and maybe they made the right choice moving into gold. They've done well. But then again, hard to move back into silver. But I'm almost becoming of the opinion that silver is going to be the critical investment. And I've thought about this long and hard, and I'm starting to believe that silver is going to be the way to make the most money or protect yourself the most thoroughly in the near to mid future. Not that gold won't go up, and I want it and I want more, but I think that silver may be the catalyst to the decoupling of the paper, of the paper and the physical markets. And I'm just starting to bubble over onto that side of the equation, which would mean, if that were true, there would be some urgency. And I'm not telling anybody to, urgently go out and pay $6 premiums on Eagles. I don't think I would. I think I'd be looking for silverware before I'd be looking for $6 Eagle premiums. But I think there may be some urgency developing. So there's my thought. There's where I'm leaning, right or wrong. What do you think? Guys, talk to you later.